he still got the knees, okay? He still got the knees. He get down there with you if you have to. Bubba told y'all, it's about personality. Quit playing with it. It's about personality as well. You can be the greatest wrestler on the face of the planet. Technical, all those great things. Do you have a personality to back up what you can do in that ring? If not, it's just going to be like, I'll come a dime a dozen. I'll come a dime a dozen. That's basically what we saw. We opened up the episode 3 with everybody in Team Bubba, except for BJ Ray, learning how to do the Bayou Boogie. Okay, even Bubba hit it one time for one time. Let the girls know, let the boys know, let the people out there in the whole wide world know. He still got the knees. Okay, he still got the knees. He get down there with you if you have to, right? Oh, it's promo weekend. We gonna see some promos. We gonna see who can trash talk, who can't trash talk. We gonna see some messiness now. Okay, we gonna see some messiness. And promos are very important to professional wrestling. The technical application of wrestling, grappling, all those great things, and promos go hand in hand. Promos are what put a promo is what's gonna put asses in seats. Okay, that's what it is. Promos put asses in seats. You being able to speak, the believability of what you are saying. Do you believe it? Can you make them believe it? Can you invoke emotion in these people, whether it be anger, sadness, happiness, or all three, or some type of emotion? It's just like, I didn't even know we had that. Can you invoke that emotion in the people? If so, that is going to get them to the building. That is going to put the asses in the seat. That's going to continue to sell out and get people to show up and show out at every turn. Now, when you get them there, can you take whatever emotion was in that promo that you gave and put that into the match? Can you take some of that and put that into the match that then makes them want to come back for more? Makes them want to watch more. Can you do that? Well, if you can't, then I don't know what to tell you. But if you can, it's promo week down there for Legends and Future Greats. Let's fucking go. Now, BJ Ray, we find out he was traveling all around with Florida with the other members of the PC and I think the NXT roster, and they get to travel around Florida and put on house shows. Well, he was at a house show and he ended up getting injured. Something's wrong with his shoulder, and he comes in with, Shawn Michaels, because Shawn was announcing that it's promo week, but also BJ Ray is hurt. And he was like, I know some of you are, upset. I know some of you are happy that the number 1 draft pick is gone.
BFFR. What did that spell? B fucking for real.
But I'm still gonna work hard to come back from my spot. And the whole time Sean is looking like, I told you to come in here and say, I did not tell you to come in here and say none of that. What is going on here? He didn't tell you to come in here and say what? None of that. So now that BJ Ray is injured, there's a spot on Bubba's team, and now we're going to have a tag team match to see, which one of the guys can be chosen to be put on Bubba's team. Now, Bubba is like, listen, I don't know, what to do other than give him some words of encouragement, tell him to go home, tell him to go rest, and just basically told him, listen, a lot of people get injured at some point in time in their career, and they might feel like this is the worst time to do it, the most inopportune time to get injured. But they go home, they rest, they come back 10 times stronger, and you never know. When you come back, you might be coming back in the spot that you were supposed to come back in, and the opportunities that are there when you get back definitely probably were meant for you. But since you're going to be out here injured and everything, I'm going to do you a solid. Would you like to help me choose who's going to be your replacement? Now he says, do I want to choose who's going to be my replacement? Yes, because I'm a team player. I mean, I guess if that's the story we're going with, if that's what we're going with, that he's a team player, great. Yeah. Now it's time to head down there to the other side of the PC, down there to the NXT ring. Okay, hello, what's up? It's time for the Legends and Future Greats to figure out who's going to do this 4-way tag team match. That is, no, it wasn't a 4-way. It was a regular old tag team match, okay? It's 4 guys, 2 on each, 2 on each side. Out of those 4, you got to choose the very, one. You have to choose one to fill BJ's spot. Now, as they're watching this match happen, BJ comes up there to the coach's area and is like, I'm here to help. And Bubba is like, what you doing here? I'm here to help you. Okay, you said that I was going to help choose my replacement, so I'm here to help. And it's just like, so you thought that was a good idea to come up here? Really? before you leave, what you think about these guys? What you think about Cutler? What if I said, I want to choose him, and I thought he was a standout? Here go BJ Ray. Oh, he's not a standout. He's not this. He's not that. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. Okay. It's giving just a little bit salty. It's also giving it just a little bit of a, como se dice, what is it? So the guys who are in the tag team match are Drake Stark, Josh Black, Cutler James, and Case Hatch. He's a cowboy. Mickey is living. She's like, you already know who I'm going for. You already know who I'm going for. And I was like, shout out to Mickey, because she's hardcore country. And for the rest of the girls out there, okay, y'all know the song. So after the match ends, Bubba is like, I'm confused on how these four, didn't get picked. That was a lot of the consensus amongst the judges. They were like, okay, so these four were also up to be on the show, but they didn't get picked. Kind of confused on why. So Bubba asked the guys, cool. Y'all know him? Talking about BJ Ray. Do y'all know him? Okay. Do y'all like him? What if I said that he is instrumental in me making a decision on if one of y'all gets on the team? Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Child, the people looking like. And Bubba is like, you, talking to Cutler, why you look like that? What's the problem? What's the issue? You know him? It's a yes or no question. Do you know him? And he was like, yeah, I know him. We went to school together. We was on the same wrestling team together. He was a lazy ass then. He's still a lazy ass now. And we didn't got into it down here to the PC. BJ, we get in a little confessional. It's like, Cutler has no personality. He's dry. He's just dry. And he's not right for the team. And he isn't it. I would choose Drake. I would choose Drake. Bubba ends up choosing Cutler James. And let me tell you why BJ isn't choosing, Cutler. Why BJ was trying to choose somebody else. Because Cutler probably is going to outdo him at every single turn. And I don't know if it's just like Cutler doesn't have a personality. You could snatch a personality out of somebody. Bubba could do that. But I think you don't want Cutler on the team because you feel like Cutler is going to outdo you and the people are actually going to enjoy him more. That's what I feel like. It's giving, como se dice, that's what it's giving. So Bubba ends up choosing Cutler, and BJ is like, he asked me for my help, and if you asked me for my help and you didn't want my help, you shouldn't ask me for it because you did the opposite of what I said to do. And it's just like, you're forgetting you're not a coach. You are a future great. He asked for the help, and he thought you would actually give an honest opinion without the hateration being in your heart. You got a lot of hateration and holleration in your dancery when it comes to Cutler. And maybe y'all got beef from back in the day, but that don't matter in the grand scheme of things with this right chip. Okay? So you trying to pull a fast one and have somebody else on the team that would easily get kicked off by the time you got back does not help this situation. You trying to sabotage someone doesn't help. Bud said he knows what he likes. He saw what he likes. Cutler has fire. He can work in ring. All he has to do is see his soul and meet it and just pull all that personality up out of it. Cutler is on the team. And BJ is like, I can't wait to tell Bubba. He's like, okay, you can't wait to do that. But the question is he going to take it? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. But once again, hateration and holleration in your dancery, you need to get that together. You need to fix it. You need to work that out with your spirit. Align your chakras, okay? Because it's too much. It's time to teach the children how to cut a promo, and I enjoyed this so much because they brought Road Dogg, okay? And by the time he came in there and he walked up, he dropped like 4 bars, and then he dropped another hot 16 real quick for the people in the room, okay? For the people in the back and the front and side to side, okay? He did it for the children, and he was like, listen, promos are what puts asses in seats, like I mentioned before. So he's giving them a rundown of what a promo is, and what a promo is supposed to do to help. And he's like, and some of y'all gotta master the art of trash talking. Why he do that? Why he bring up trash talking? Why would you do that, dog? Why would you do that? It was about to get hella messy down there. So this is where we get really introduced to Chris Island. He's a Cali boy from the Bay Area. Sports are his life, and he not promised tomorrow. So he wants to do everything he can to show up and show out at every single turn. So it's time for the promo battle. And it kind of started when they were sitting down between Shiloh and Chris, but we standing up. Okay, we about to bar for bar. Who won it? Who gonna take it home? Right? Okay, boom. So let's get into it. I don't even have no hair to whip, but well, my hair's not down, so I can't flip it. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into it. So Chris says something about some RC cars and how Shiloh be in his basement, which Booker was insulted because he was like, I like RC cars. Ugh. I was like, ooh, Booker, I'm so sorry that he hurt your feelings. Shiloh was like, you built like the purple backyard again. And then he told him he's a Mike Tyson bobblehead. It's like, oh my God. We just come head jokes for days. Don't get ahead of yourself. Stop it. Let me stop. Okay. Kristen, you and Mike got something common. Both y'all ain't got no teeth. And guess what? I still would let you near my ear. But they is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Shiloh finally trips him up and says, you can't talk about me when you put on your shirt's feet first. I said, damn. Oh, baby, that was the 1-2 punch combo. Okay, he basically told him your hair's so much big that you got to put your shirts on feet first, not to stretch out the neck hole. Oh, neck hole. Listen. Chris said he obviously thought about me all the time. And Mickey was a little disappointed in, Chris, because she was like, normally he's more quick-witted with, his comebacks and everything. Then we get to Danny and Panina. And Danny says, I choose a big body with an even bigger ego with the smallest presence in the room. Talking about Panina, I said, oh, baby, shots fired, shots fired. I choose big body, big ego, no presence, smallest presence in the room. She said that. I was like, Danny, Miss Cheerleader Lady. I thought cheerleaders were supposed to be nice. My God. Oh, disrespectful. Panina says, Danny got more wrinkles than a pug. I said, nah. Oh, I can't do this with y'all no more. Told that lady she had, can't do this with y'all no more. And then Panina tripped Danny up and had her stuttering. I was like, damn it, Danny. Because she repeated one of her lines and it was like, that's where she got her. Now, it was Xena versus Lee. It did not work out in Xena's favor. Poor little Xena. Bubba had to go ahead and push her back in line. Don't do it no more. We got to work on Xena and her trash talk. Lee said to Xena, you had a great look. Did you look up dumb blondes on Pinterest and then do a copy and paste? I said, well, you ain't have to kill her off like that. You ain't have to do that to her like that. You ain't have to, take away her sunshine so fast and quickly. Lee, girl. And then we had Drake versus Anthony. And it was basically the girlfriends or my girl, back and forth. Ant says, you're dating Roxanne Perez. How does it feel that she is half your, you're dating Roxanne Perez. She's half your size. How does it feel that you'll never be half the wrestler she is? I said, well, damn. Well, damn. And then Drake said, my girl is a better wrestler than you and yours combined because Anthony is, at the time, Anthony was just dating Maxine. At this current moment in time, Anthony and Maxine are engaged, right? So then Ant says, I would have my girl pop up down here, but she's on the road. She's on the main roster. I was like, baby, that y'all so damn messy. Y'all so damn messy for that one. Also messy. Bubba was like, I wasn't impressed with none of it. None of them had great promos. It's, in the thought of them having great promos, especially when they were put on the fly, it's just like, wasn't gonna happen. But some of the greatest promos, in my opinion, come from when somebody is just talking. Sometimes, not all the times. But he said they all need work. They all need work because the trash talk, It went up to par. And then Taker was like, okay, so you did your trash talking. You invoked some emotions. Will you be able to take that trash talk and bring some of that out of the promo and put it into the ring? And they all agreed that um Panina got it in the promos, but Mickey was like, she's not gonna win the match. Okay, I got a secret weapon. And it's just like, I like that there are, from what we can see, everybody is getting advice from all the coaches. They were probably all kind of like talking to, or the legends, talking to all the legends and getting like, possible, time with them, just speaking and learning things and getting healthy information that's going to help them in the long run in this business, whether you're with WWE or not. But what the secret weapon is? What the secret weapon? Mickey, you ain't right for this. You about to call strife with them people. The secret weapon was Michelle McCool. Now, Undertaker did not know that she was coming to the PC to help Mickey. He thought she had came down to Florida for a little vacation away from the house full of kids, okay? Just a little, mommy vacation, okay? She come down there. He like, what you doing here? I'm here to help. Is that okay? He was like, you said I could help. And he was like, yeah, me. This is a competition. Well, I'm already here. Go ahead and help. It's like, you're not gonna use my wife against me. And the crazy thing about it is, not only did Mickey use his wife against him, his wife ends up teaching Danny, because Danny needs a finisher, a submission move, especially with her size. She needs something that she can get into or put someone into easily. Michelle teaches her the Hell's Gate. Y'all have seen the Hell's Gate. If you haven't, here you go. Right? Okay, so y'all seen the Hell's Gate, right? Michelle teaches that to her, and she was like, cool, you can do that. However, I taught you it. You have to go ask my husband permission to use it because it's his move. Now, here's the thing. In order to use a move of another wrestler, a legend, a veteran, or someone who is on the same roster as you at the same time where y'all are coming up together, you have to go ask permission to use the move so you won't be known as move stealer or move jacker because it's very disrespectful. So Danny does go ask the Undertaker, can I use your move? Your wife taught me the Hell's Gate. I needed a submission. She taught me the Hell's Gate. And I'm asking you, can I get your permission to use it in my match? And he was like, listen, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to help. This is competition. Why would his wife do this to him? But Danny coming over there to ask him to use his move instead of just doing it and then, asking for forgiveness later has helped him gain respect for the person that she is, so he gives his permission. And I was like, oh, look at that. He a little grumpy too, just like Bubba, but it's okay. But listen, you got to teach the kids. Respect is a big thing in the professional wrestling business, which is what I hear a lot. Listening to different wrestlers talk, veterans, all that. Respect is a very big thing. And Danny did the right thing by showing respect and going to ask him instead of just lying and saying, oh, I asked him, and then putting on a move and then making him upset. Now, in this quick little moment, as everybody is like, trying to get their stuff together before their matches, Drake goes to Bubba and asks him, you talked about personality. What can I do to connect with the audience? And Bubba was like, I can't really tell you how to connect with the audience. Your personality has to show. I don't know you, so I have to see what you give out there, and then we can work on it. Because if you don't have any personality, then you're just a normal vanilla guy, and you won't last in this business because this is World Wrestling Entertainment. Entertainment is a big part of it. The wrestling is amazing. It's great, but you got to also entertain the people. So we're gonna see what you give, but go out there, show up and show out, and show some personality. And if you don't, well, we don't know what to tell you. Now, Shiloh and Chris are having a really good match. He's showing that he could be a heel. They're really working well together. And what was it? Oh, the coaches want to see separation. They're really like too tight together. Let's get some separation in there. At some point, Chris hits Charlotte with a Pele kick, but it hits on the back of the neck, or to the back of the head, and he drops like a sack of potatoes. Shiloh is out. Mickey tell they call the end of the match. The doctors are trying to get Shiloh out the ring, and it's basically telling him, no, you cannot continue this match. Come on, let's go get you some help. And Mickey tells Chris the proper etiquette to when your opponent is down, especially if you potatoed them without meaning to potato them, or even if you did. You go check on them. You make sure they're okay. You make sure you are the first person they see as a respecting, and that also shows that you care about you care about your you care about the person you're working with, that you can protect the person you're working with. Chris is wondering like what happened. Like he's running through his mind like what happened, what did I do wrong, what can I fix, what can I change so this never happens again. He is with Shiloh every step of the way by the time they get back, and the doctors are checking on him and everything up until it's time to see who's going to get the point for the night. That's when he comes back out. And I was like, ooh, poor Shiloh. He dropped it. He was like, I can go again. I can still go. I don't know what y'all talking about. I can still go. And it's like, nah, bro. Go ahead and get checked out, bruh. We ain't got time for this, bruh. So the coaches, as that match ends and they're getting ready for the next one, they bring the rest of the future greats over to explain to them that, these things can happen. You don't want it to happen, but they can happen. But just remember, when you are in the ring, you must protect each other. No matter how you feel about one another, you must protect each other at all costs. Now we got Penina versus Danny, and I felt like the Penina versus Danny match was very much a David and Goliath match. Honestly, Panina is showing that she could be a great heel. At some points, it's just like you got to do more. And the coaches will tell her later that, hey, you took too many bumps. You waited out, continue the match, but when you take a bump, it's got to be the best bump you ever did in a night because the people are going to go crazy for it. This also is going to make Danny have to figure out when you take that bump and she's not able to get that 1, 2, 3, it's going to have like her clawing to figure out how to beat you, how to get it done. But she did get the Hell's Gate on Panina properly, and Panina had to tap. And then we get Ant versus Drake. Now, backstage, like before they come out, Roxanne and Drake are there, and she's kind of helping him get ready for his match. She comes out and she's with the future greats watching it. But Ant was telling Drake, Roxanne ain't gonna save you. Roxanne can't save you. Roxanne can't save you. I was like, this is messy as hell. It's definitely messy. When Anthony comes out, he's showing personality. That's what he does. He's great at it. When Drake comes out, he's showing his personality. He's a bayou boy. He's from Louisiana. He's a swamp man. Okay, I don't fool with the people from the swamps. I'm just gonna tell you this now. Okay, he be wrestling alligators, crocodiles, and anything else in that water. No, thank you. More power to you. But he comes out, personality is showing. He's having a good time. He's a baby face. Okay, I had to agree with Mickey. The straps, like his overalls, came down too soon. Came down too soon. You want the straps to come down when you are good and fired up, good and ready to, do the sequence of spots that are going to lead to the end of the match. That's how I feel. That's how I felt, in my opinion. That is what you're supposed to do. They think that Luke is overselling at one point. The legends feel like Luke is kind of overselling at one point. And I was like, I could see it. I could see that he's possibly overselling at one point. And it's just like sometimes you don't have to sell as hard as you do because at some point some of this stuff has to register for not only you, but the audience as well. So by the time the match ends, Drake picked up the win. Bubba asked Drake and Anthony, was that the best y'all could do? Specifically Drake. And Drake was like, yes. And he was like, good, because you showed personality. You showed that you can wrestle. And it was a great match. Nothing bad can be said. Now, the standouts at this point in time, because listen, when they saw Danny put the Hell's Gate on Panina, everybody was like, oh, Mickey brought your wife to your competition show to use your submission move. How you feel about that? I was like, y'all are so messy. So we get to the standout portion of this episode. Now, for the coaches, they picked Danny as the standout for the women. My pick was Panina, but I understand why Danny was the standout. And then for the men, between all the men, including Shiloh, they chose Anthony as the standout. Me personally, I feel like both Anthony and Drake were the standouts, but that's just me in my opinion because Drake did show from the beginning of the episode where he didn't want to do the Bayou Boogie till now. Oh yeah, he does have personality. You just gotta really just snatch it up out of him and be like, you got it. Just show it. Go out there and do your best. And And now Booker and Mickey are in the lead with 2 points each. And it's just like, oh, this is going to get even messier. What is the rest of this going to give? Is it going to be great? Is it going to fall like, or is somebody gonna fall flat on their face? We don't know. We just gotta keep watching and enjoying it and seeing, which future great actually ends up on NXT or Evolve or Raw or SmackDown. We just gotta see what happens. Now, episode 4 is about factions. And that right there is crazy in itself. Because you can have a really great faction or you can have a faction that's just like, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, roll it up, pack it up, ship it out. We don't want it no more. But with that being said, that's episode 4. We just finished episode 3. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all are having a good time. Don't forget to check out the other episodes of Legends and Future Greats. Don't forget to check out some of my other videos that I have uploaded or are scheduled to upload on top of my lives that I've been doing recently. And with that being said, I love everybody and I'll see y'all later. Bye.